Alright, it's finally Friday and I've finally got 6 days off work and a nice early finish. It's just gone 9:30 in the morning, so started nice and early this morning, so it's good to get out of here now. And I just got an email saying the coolant bottles arrived, so just heading to the post office to go pick that up and then we'll get that in the car today. Phew. Alright, got the coolant bottle, so just heading home now from the post office and we'll get started, try and get this car running today. Chariot. Really sloppy out here at the moment. It's had a lot of rain. After getting this silver car, it's making me second guess if I should keep this one or keep the silver one. The silver one's in really good condition. This one's not bad overall, but it's got a lot of things that need attention. And that one's really, really good. So the only thing I don't like in the silver one is the 4-speed. I don't know. We'll keep playing with it, and yeah, I may keep this, I may keep that. We'll see what happens. Okay, just got the coolant bottle. It arrived today. It looks like a cheap and nasty one, but it did only cost me $50, including express delivery. So as long as it gets the car out of trouble, it'll do the job. So let's get the beast back into the shed, get this fitted, look at that O-ring on the thermostat housing, and hopefully top it up with coolant and have it running today. Finally. If it starts. I still haven't really tested it since I charged that battery. It's been out here for a few days now. Let's see if it's got some charge. Don't see why it shouldn't. Oh, bit of Cisco. Fucking new builty. And the beast that we just got registered is also pulling in to the driveway. That's on the road, running like a dream. Hopefully this one will be too. Alright, let's get it into the shed. I'm going to jack the front up because I've just remembered I still haven't tightened up the engine mounts. So it's just the 2 bolts that go through the actual frame. 13mm nut, I believe, and 13mm bolt with a 15mm nut. So we'll get that done as well. Ew, got a bit of a mess going on, but there we go. Alright, we've got it up to the shed. I don't really want to be out here all day doing this shit again. I do have to clean this shed up, but I've got a little bit of time off work to get that done. So I really sort of want to get this all finished today now, and just be done with it and start driving it and see how it drives. What I'm thinking I might do is put my wheels off my car onto this, just because the tyres on this are shit house. And I'll just drive it around for maybe a week and see how I'm feeling it. See how I like the 4-speed. And just to get used to the car, see what the engine's like driving now that it's fitted and everything. Just to make sure everything's all good. But yeah, we'll get started on this coolant bottle. I know the new lids that you get with those aftermarket bottles are shit. So if you get an aftermarket bottle, make sure you use your genuine lid. because those ones you get are shit house. So I'll get this swapped over and get onto those bolts. And what else did I have to do? Fix the O-ring, that's right. It's been leaking a little bit there. Nothing we can't fix, hopefully. Alright, hopefully everything goes well and no issues. So I'll get this off. If I can get the fucking clamp off. Come on, you hideous thing. There we go. Stop being a little bitch and get it off. This one, it's off. One. Hopefully it's bone dry still, and it is. Sweet. Just get the little 10mm, get the 2 bolts out. Poo. One out. Make sure we slot the little leg in the front there, in that little slot. Right. Oh, there. I'm losing some coolant through the hose, which we want to keep. So I'll just put that on there. Just hold it. Get our little 10mm in. Alright, now because they're plastic, we're not going to ugga-dugga those up. Just get the thread on a little bit. And I'll do them up with a little a little 1/4" ratchet. Just get all the hoses on first. Get that one out of the way. This one on. This one. 2. Beautiful. I'm one of those weirdos that likes the clamps even in the right spot, so you don't see where it was before. All right, that's all in. We can top it up with radiator now. We can top it up with coolant. I'll just tighten these ones up. One coolant res fitted. Take off the dodgy lid that notoriously leak and just put our genuine cap back on. Hopefully it'll be sweet. That's one job done. Now I've also got to tighten up these radiator brackets. I did want to get all this gunk out of here, but I'll do that during the week, so I'll probably spend a whole day cleaning it up. Give it a good degrease in here and clean the body up a bit. So I'll do them later. I can take them off and put them on again later. They're easy enough to do. Just a 10mm bolt. Radiator's in. Now I think what I'll do before I go any further is put some more coolant in. Or should I fix the O-ring? Because I'm just going to piss out coolant when I take that out, aren't I? Yeah, so I'm going to have to... I'll probably try and fix this first then. All I'm going to do is get the other O-ring off the other one. This one. And shove that in front of the other one. And see if that works. So I didn't get another O-ring. Forgot to order one. So I'll just see what I can do, if I can get it to stop. Hopefully we can. All right, we've got the one off the spare engine. So I'll just get this one out. see what happens. Here's the spare one. I thought it was just a straight O-ring, but it's like a recessed rubber piece. It's not in the best condition, but all we need to do is stop that little leak. The reason I think it's leaking is because when I pulled this out the other night to do the thermostat, I didn't loosen the bolt that holds the hard line to the, I think it goes to the manifold. I just pulled on this. So I think I've just pulled it out too far, and it doesn't have enough leverage to, because it's a hard line, to be in the position it's meant to be in. And the little clamp that holds it in doesn't have any force pushing against it. It just stops it from falling out. So I'm thinking that's all it might be. But I just realised I'll get that bolt out from down there. I think it's a little 8mm that just holds it there. It's got like a brace on it, bolted to the manifold, before I go yanking it out, because I'll probably end up just bending the line otherwise. I got that bolt out and it's literally just popped straight out. So I think that's what I might have done. I've put too much pressure on it pulling it out before. This O-ring actually looks in better condition than the one I got out, but I still might shove it on there. I'll shove it on and just see what happens. It's only a 10mm bolt. Well, if you want dodgy, I'm your guy. So it's got two rings on, O-rings on there now. I don't know if that's gonna work. I don't think it will. Just before I try anything, I've just pulled the hose out and pushed it that way a bit. It does have another bracket up here, which bolts to the manifold there further down. So I've just put some weight on it and pushed it that way to try and bend the pipe sort of back in, and it's sitting a lot better now into the housing. So I'm going to put the bolt back in, start it, see if it's still leaking. If not, what I'm thinking is put this O-ring, see if I can slide it over and put it on the back side of here, just so it's got something extra to push that hose into there when I put the clamp on. That's the only thing I can think of doing, because I don't have any O-rings. I'll put a bolt in, see how it goes. Got that back in, we'll start it up and see if it's still leaking. Probably will be, but we need to know. Still leaking. Still leaking. Just leaking through the bottom. Alright, good to know. Well, it's certainly a lot better than it was, but it's still leaking. So I'll see if I can slide the other one over, like I said. I'll put the camera down and try and get it on. Alright, I've just done that. I've got the other one off, the Menkes one of the two, and put it on the back behind the lip. Just sprayed it with some WD and slid it over. This is the one that was in it, so I'll put this back in the front on there, and hopefully, I mean, it's a small little problem, it's not going to hold the car up, but so I can just get a new ring and be done with it, but I just want to get it going for now. So I'll put the camera down and I'll be able to get on that with the little clamp that holds it in, and hopefully that'll just push on it enough to hold it in. We'll see. Well, that's dodgy as fuck, but it actually pulled all the way up. Slight, like 1mm gap at the back. That's got two rings in it, one on the front and one behind. So I think that'll seal it. Let's give it a crack. Surely. Come on, baby. Woo, sorted. Littlest problem, but enough to be a pain in the arse. But that'll hold. I'll get a new seal and worry about it when it comes. I think that's going to hold up for a while, but I will get a new one. It's going to be probably a few bucks. But it's fixed. Thank God. Well, that's a good thing. That's sorted. I'll get the little bolt back into the bracket, holding it into the manifold, and I'll get some coolant in the bottle now. It's not good starting it without coolant. You don't want to get too warm while she's bone dry. But yeah, I'll make sure I get some in now. Start putting the intake back on. And that is pretty much it, besides the 2 engine mounts. But I've got to jack it up for that, so I'll leave them till last. Just got to tighten them up. I'm pretty sure I tightened this one up the other night, but I'll check it while I'm down there anyway. That should only take 5 minutes. Probably take longer to jack the thing up, put it on stands, than it will to actually tighten them up. Because I think I can get the ugger dugger on. Yeah, should do. Down there. Easy. Let's get some coolants in it. Again. Now I've already used some of this coolant, and I know I've lost a little bit as well, so I'm happy to use the rest of this bottle. I know you're not meant to tip it straight in, you're supposed to dilute it first, but I want to make sure I get all the coolant in. So I'm not sure if it actually feeds right through the bottle or not, I don't know, we'll see. I'll tip this in and then go top it up with some water. Alright, topped it up. Went and filled the bottle up with some fresh water to mix with it. It hasn't drained down to the bottle yet, so I've just cranked the heater. I don't know if you need to crank the heater in these, but I know in the old school cars you used to have to crank the heater on full boil, so it gets the coolant through the heater core as well. That hasn't gone down yet, but the thermostat's not open yet either, so it'll have to get warm before the thermostat opens so I can run right through. So until that happens, it's not going to go down. So I'll let it run for a little bit while I put the intake on, and hopefully we'll get to running temp. And yeah, we're nearly there. Very close. His name is Trump. But yeah, what I didn't do the other day was get the fuse box cover back. So we'll get this back and put it on. I want to get all these out. I keep all the fuses and relays as spares. Very handy to have. I'll get those out before it gets wet again. Well, it's still running like a dream. Beautiful, that's better. Now me being me, I was getting too fussy with the airbox, starting to clean it up. It's just killing time, and I thought I'll just get it all in first, and I'm going to spend, like I said, a day cleaning it anyway, so I've got to get a new filter for it, so once that comes I can give it a good clean. So for now I just want to get it back together so we can drive the thing. It'll be fine the way it is. I'm just going to put the old filter back in it, which is around somewhere. Yeah, it'll be fine for a week or so. Get the intake on and then get the bolts in and tighten it all up. In. A bit just like you. Get on. Get those tightened up. I always like to check everything with a ratchet, especially on plastics. Got our little 10mm. Beautiful. Happy. Alright, I'll put the Mankey air filter back in for now and screw this lid down. It's far from good, but it's better than dirty air getting through. So we'll chuck it in for now, but yeah, we'll definitely get this replaced. And the screws are a T27 Torx bit, because Ford just like to make things difficult. Other than the box with the clips is a lot easier than this shit. I suppose this is a better seal, I guess. Last piece of the puzzle. Again, there's a bit of shit in there, but that's going in through the filter anyway, so it'll be fine. Like I said, I just want this thing back together, get this on, and we'll be very happy. It's now looking like an engine bay again, and it's running well. Let's just check the temp. I haven't checked it actually. What do we got? Oh, she's cool. That's a good thing. It's showing me we've got fuel again, so I don't know what's up with that gauge. A loose bolt. Oh, for that bracket. Always forgetful. Now that is from the there, but it's out of that one, so that's fine. I forgot to put that fucking bolt in the bracket, and now I got the air cleaner in the way. Should be able to reach it. Fucking hell. Oh god. Now I've got to get that dirty bastard in while it's all hot. Jesus. With the intake in the way now. You wouldn't read about it, eh? Just to make my life easy, I'm going to take this back off, because it'll take me 2 minutes to get it off instead of 5 minutes of burnage and hottage and scalding to get one bolt in. I've decided that I'm now officially the air intake remover and refitter guy master. I've done it on this car about 1 million times. Didn't take long. Alright, let's get this bolt in and be done with it. They have a Loctite on them from factory, so when you take them out it feels like they're going to snap, but that's what it is. I thought they were really bad in the manifold, but yeah, it's just the Loctite. I really hope this is the last time. That's it, hardline secure. It's officially all done, all back together for the 100th time and the last time, hopefully. I do need to get a battery box thing. I can't handle that, seeing the whole battery. So I'll just find one off a wreck. Hopefully there's one around close. Get that sorted. And I've just got to jack it up now and get these two bolts sorted out, tightened up. And that should be it. I don't know if that's meant to sit like that. Well, it turns out we found the culprit to the thermostat leak. I just went and put that bolt in that I found, because I like to put bolts back in their threads when I find them, just so they're not loose bolts laying around everywhere and I know where they're out of. So I went to put that bolt back in the housing and just thought, oh, I'll just have a quick look at it, and just stood out to me. It's got a dirty big split in it right there, obviously from the accident. Oh, I'll get better lighting. But you can see there, yeah, it's got a big crack in it right there, which runs right up the side of it, up to the top, through there. So she gone. So that was definitely the issue with the leaky thermostat. It wasn't the seal. But yeah, obviously from the impact. So good to know that that's what the issue was, and we've swapped it out. So this did have to be changed, so it wasn't a waste of time. Yeah, problem solved. It's a decent sized crack, but that car did have a good whack. Fixed. Okay, we are off the ground. Got some spillage there from when the hose tipped down and we lost a bit of coolant. That's cool. I'll get these 2 bolts tightened up. And that is it. I think I might be able to just slip under there without having to slide right under. Just so I don't have to put it on stands. Got a little thing that I lay on here. So I'll get a, oh yeah, they're right there. Nice and easy. 13mm ugga-dugga and a 15mm spanner. And we'll get them done. Job done. Just got under there and did those real quick. Ugga-dugga comes in very handy. That is it. One engine swap done. One last thing which I don't have in at the moment is the battery clamp. I do have one in all my spare parts somewhere, but I've got to find it. And the bolt that goes in there. Yeah, I do have one, but just got to find it. Job done. All right, let's drive it out the front. Got to fix this door trim as well, get that sorted. But that is literally all it needs. I'm surprised this battery's holding charge because I had this battery playing up in my car for months. So that battery charger was definitely a good investment. I'm also recharging the battery for the Patrol as well because that's been sitting, so that's going through a restore stage. So hopefully, if it saves me on some batteries, it's paid for itself. All right, well, that's pretty rewarding, being able to drive it around and just know that that other shitty engine's gone. I'm gonna park it up now and leave it for a day or two before I get into it and clean it right up. I might take it for a spin this afternoon. But for now, I've got a couple of things I need to do inside, so for now, that's it for today. Possibly take it for a spin later, like I said. I will get the grill in, but that's literally just clips in, it's easy. But that's her. She's now running. It's in really good nick, no rust anywhere. No faded paint, all the paint's good. No dings, no nothing. So yeah, it's really good nick. But yeah, engine swap, done. Well, I couldn't keep away from it. Did what I had to do inside and then got bored, so thought I'd come out and fit the grill and this lower cover that goes under the bonnet catch. Now I just remembered to put the bolts in for the condenser because I never put them in before. I've got some new scrivets for the little side panels. I think it's just like a deflector to keep the wind going where it wants to go, or the air. It's all back together. Still got to put the pods on, but I'll do that another day. Not a priority. But we're about to take it on its maiden voyage. I'm just going to take it into town and get some air in the tyres, just make sure they're all good. But I just want to take it for a spin and see how it drives. And I've just got to keep my eye on that coolant because it might drop once it gets up to sort of running temp. So I'll get up into town, check the tyres and check the coolant as well. See how she goes. Oh, all right. Got a drink and some charge because my phone will die on me. Right, plug this bad boy in. I haven't even checked if everything sort of works in this. Oh, actually, yes, I did last time. The cruise control didn't work. I'll leave the heater on hot. Still got to put this door trim on properly. It's just clipped in, but not screwed on. Fancy. So we've got a good idle. Might turn the radio down and just listen out for any noises. But that engine, she's sounding pretty smooth. Let's take it for a spin. First run. Now I've only just left my house, I'm just driving down the street, but it is so smooth so far. I might get a little bit impatient and put those wheels on. I can feel these ones, the alignment's out, or these tyres are completely shagged. It's just pulling to the left. Not hard, but enough. So yeah, I might put those other tyres on and see if it helps. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. Get into town and put some air in these ones and then go from there. It's good giving it a drive. All the brakes are a bit scrapey because they're all dry. There's some surface rust on them, so it's good to clear all them off. This engine pulls fine. Hasn't been driven in probably a few months now because it's been sitting at mine for a little while. And I know it was in the yard when I bought it for, the guy said, about a month. So now, first impressions on this engine is it's fucking awesome. It's smooth as. Just going to keep my eye on that temp, like I said, but yeah, it's driving beautifully. Very happy. All right, we made it into town. I've got the air thing in a weird spot here, right outside a fucking public toilet, but that's fine. Just quickly chuck some air in it. Alright, well there was a bit of a discrepancy in the air, but not too bad. One had 35, one had 31. Coolant's still where it wants to be. We're happy. Yeah, spot-o. Nice. Well, just driving along, coasting along beautifully, and the traction control lights come on. I haven't felt anything in the car, it just feels like it's driving normal. Driving into the sun, so I don't really want to lift up the camera. But yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. We caught up to the breeze. There she is. Same colour of the bumper and side skirts I have in the shed for my other car. That looks so good on the road. See you later, buddy. It's a shame I'm driving into the sun. Couldn't really film it. Now I've gone the long way home around the back, so I can just give it a bit of a squirt. See how she goes. I'm actually surprised at the 4-speed. It's actually quite smooth. I must admit I've never driven one of these with a 4-speed. I've always had the 6-speed. It's pretty good. I don't want to give it too much because there's a few cars coming. This engine seems to be beautiful. I'm going to drive it through the next week and just get used to it. Figure out what this traction control light's doing. But yeah, it's driving really well. I think the tyres, so it's still pulling hard to the left. So what I might do is get my tyres on it and get a wheel alignment done. Now I usually give my car a bit of a squirt down here on the way home from work, so we'll give this one a bit of a kick in the guts and see what she does. It is just NA, so nothing fancy, but just see if she's responsive. It's just smooth. Nice and smooth. Busy road today. Got 2 cars coming up behind me, one ahead of me, so I'll put the camera down and get her home. But yeah, very happy. Very happy. We made it home in one piece, so that's a good thing. No issues at all, besides that traction control light, but I'm not really too concerned about that. I'd assume that'd be something small. I've got some other wheel speed sensors there if that's what it might be, but yeah, not really stressing over that. It's more engine wise that I'm looking for, and very happy. I was going to give it a vacuum. I thought about giving it a vacuum when I got back, but I'm going to leave it. I'll give it a wash and that during the week, maybe tomorrow. or the next day, or Saturday, Sunday, and give it a good clean, a good vacuum then. So that's it for now. Good outcome. BTR, not too bad, not bad at all. Do people chew on these junkies? I don't know how these get worn out so much, but every car I've bought, every single one has a worn out handbrake cover. I don't understand. Anyways.